What is up, everybody? ZMT Sports back better than ever.
Are
Maybe.
you sure?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Tough night for me last night. Oh, baby. The Mets, the Rangers. The Knicks. The Knicks, baby. The New York fucking Knicks.
Knicks are
7
good.
in a row.
Knicks
7
aren't bad.
in a row.
The fuck?
Oh, they play such fun basketball, man. Such fun basketball.
Pleated
Love
hairline.
watching it. Never, yeah, like LeBron James. LeBron James.
Call me USA. You.
Yeah, dude. But never in my life would I think I'd be sitting watching. This time of year is always where like 3 of your teams are on. The seasons got pushed back a little bit by this time in a normal season. Like it'd be playoffs for both hockey and NHL, NBA. But like usually like February, March, April, you're watching, your baseball team, your hockey team, and your basketball team are on the same night. For the last 10 years, the game I would care least about or would want to be locked in on was the Knicks until this year. Last night, Rangers are down like 4-1, 5-1 in the beginning of the third period. Mets can't fucking scratch out a hit to save their life. The umpire squeezing them. It was annoying to watch. So I'm like, you know what? I'm doing it. I'm pulling trick. I had the Knicks on one TV and I had, my other teams on the other TV. I'm like, you know what? Screw this. I'm putting the Knicks on the big TV. And I literally was locked into the Knicks game, hitting 3 after 3 after 3. Emmanuel quickly had 17 points in the first quarter. The New York Knicks, bro. I'm telling you, our podcast might need to take a little bit of a switch to an NBA format because I don't know if the Knicks are going to lose. They'll probably lose tonight to the Hawks just because I said that. But dude, the Knicks are exciting. And you know why? I'll just say one more thing about the Knicks before, you can go dethrone my Rangers.
I'm not going to dethrone them. I'm not going to.
The Knicks are playing a brand of basketball that's anti-NBA that I know you don't like, that I know most of the people in our friend group doesn't like, and that I didn't like, and why I didn't watch the NBA for so many years. The Knicks win off their defense, which is unheard of in the NBA. Literally unheard of. They are the number one defensive team in the NBA. It's just great. It's literally just.
And it's what you want to see. It's what you want to see in the National Basketball Association because for the most part that league stinks.
Exactly.
That's why I think that's why we don't talk about it, even though people want us to talk about it. I know you're invested in the Knicks. Everyone knows I'm a Mavs fan, but I'm not invested in the Mavs. I watch them. I enjoy watching them. But just like how you went in around how good your teams are, my teams stink. The Devils lost 6 in a row. Yankees finally pulled out a win for the first time in a week and a half. And when the fucking last time that ever happened?
Worst start.
They lost the last 5 out of 6 Yankees, and I'm pretty sure the Mavs have lost the last like 3 out of 4. So I am in a sport slumber.
And your Devils are the worst team in hockey.
Yes, they are.
And you know what's the most surprising? We're going to hockey. I know we are going to hockey, so I might as well just segue into it for us right now. The Devils. What surprised me about the Devils, and you're gonna have your fun with the Rangers. They're not as good as they actually are. Their record says blah 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 blah.
No.
What surprised me the most about the Devils, and I follow Devils naturally because most of the friend group's Devils. So, I need to know my shit about the Devils. So you don't need to know as much about the Rangers as I need to know as much about the Devils. Long story short, though, what surprised me from hearing it from you guys was these veterans need to go. We need to let the young guys play. That was what you guys have been telling me since, they started off hot. And then after they started fluttering, it was like, all right, let's just let the young guys play. Little did I know, or little did I expect that the veterans would play that big of a role on the Devils.
We just start. Yeah. We're literally live. Yeah.
Hey, Mackenzie.
Yeah, Mackenzie's here. The girl's asking me questions in the middle of your rant. But when you get your clothes on, can you come here? Why? Because this what you're wearing is a perfect segue to our segment.
Oh, my shirt?
Yeah. Hurry up. I don't care. You think I care? You
I lost my. I'm gonna go with.
I'm sorry, dude. She was talking. Okay. I was like, is someone talking?
It's okay. I'm talking shit about the Devils. I need you to be locked in.
Nah, never. Everything you're saying, over your head, over my head.
Yeah.
Come here. Come on, no bra. Don't care. Look at it.
The
Taught her well. I
Devils.
taught her
The
well.
Devils. I'm sorry, Mackenzie. Why are you a Devils fan? Don't do that to yourself.
Yeah. Tom said he loves the shirt.
um. Anyway, so back to what I was saying. What has surprised me about the Devils? Literally shit play. What have they lost? 8 in a row now, or 7 in a row?
6 in a row.
6 in a row.
Yeah, they also they beat Buffalo before losing the Penguins, Rangers 4 times, and then Penguins again.
Okay,
last
so
night.
6 in a row, and then they lost a couple games before the Buffalo.
Yeah, they only won like 1 out of the last 10 or something,
Okay,
like,
so
or maybe more than that.
And a big part of that is trading away the veterans that you guys have had, right? So little did I know that the veterans were playing that big of a role for the Devils and keeping them competitive. Because I mean, the last 3 games they've had great third period pushes. Great. I mean, they scored. They're probably the first team in the NHL in the last 30 years to score 6 third period goals and lose a hockey game, which is just crazy to me. But what happens is these young guys, you're seeing production of them late in games and when teams have really comfortable leads, which obviously changes the style that the other team's playing. But I didn't think the veterans on the Devils played that big of a role. Like the Devils were competitive earlier in the year, and I know this might sound like a diss, not because of the young players that you had, but because the veterans were setting the tone for the young players. So the little things that Zajac did, the little things Palmieri did, the little things Vatanen did,
they're excelling now. I know. You're right.
Yeah. Like those players set the tone for your young guys. Like, yeah, you wanted to see the young guys play, and you were pissed off when Zajac was playing with, Hughes or someone like that. Well, you know what? Like those veterans, instead of trying to make the flashy play, like young players always like do, Zajac's going to dump into the zone, and Jack Hughes is going to go get after it. Like, I'm just using Jack Hughes as an example, but like those are the plays. And instead of being down 6-0 in the first 2 periods, the Devils would be down 1-0 or tied or have a lead or whatever. Like those Bruins games, you didn't win those Bruins games because of your young guys. You won because Palmieri would score and Zajac would hold down the fort against the top line, and your veteran defenseman played well. Like, it's exciting for the Devils. Like they're officially the youngest team in hockey by like 2 years now, right? And they have all these young pieces. And
crazy stat.
Hughes is fucking stepping up, but like it's nuts, man. It's nuts. I was not expecting the young guys to get fucking manhandled like they have over the last week.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Give me your crazy stats.
No, I know. I mean, they're not crazy, but I just want, like, it's not really to dethrone the Rangers. It's to dethrone your boy Igor, and just to prove how well-rounded the Rangers are compared to the Devils. Because everything you said is accurate. I'm not going to fight with you. Like, it's true. They're a young team. They're getting bitched around right now. It was their choice. They're the ones who are trading veteran talent away. And that's what you're gonna do. But literally, I had this one thing. Obviously the Rangers are very young too, but they have superstars. But the Devils are so young, right? Their average is 22.4 of age, and a college team is older than them. The Minnesota Mavericks, Minnesota. They
Never
are.
Heard of them.
Yeah, well, they're a college team,
like the University of Minnesota.
I don't think so. Minnesota Mavericks forwards.
It's like a junior league team.
Yeah, well, they're basically a college team. So a professional freaking hockey team is younger than a college semi-pro team or whatever. Yeah. So they're young, but I'm not even gonna go through the whole games unless you want me to. But I was looking at Hockey Reference. I know your favorite. You love advanced stats.
I love Corsi. I love the Corsi stats.
You're Mr. Stats guy, but. Obviously, first game, Rangers won 3-0, right? Igor got his first ever career shutout. April 13th, 3-0 Rangers at the Prudential Center. And this is what Hockey Reference had to say, right? On shot attempts. This means they shot the puck. Not on goal, whatever. The Rangers outshot them in that category 56-45. Okay. Actual shots on goal, the Devils had 27.
Okay.
Out of 56 shots, there was 15 blocks. And if you just do the math, most of those shots that Igor didn't face, it didn't matter. And that's why that's all I'm saying.
Okay.
And if you look at every single game, Tom, and I can go to every single game if you want me to.
That first game, the Rangers only had 17 shots on goal and somehow got the puck past Blackwood. But
Yeah, absolutely. And it's also, this is why before I get to the rest of this, Lindy Ruff got into his press conference yesterday and he even said it. I don't know if it was directed toward Blackwood.
Oh, it was directed to all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was directed to all of them.
Yeah. Or
Dell
Wedgwood or Dell.
Dell and Wedgwood gave up 6 goals. He's not just referring to your backup goalies. He wasn't that he didn't open that press conference for your backup goalies. He was referencing Blackwood.
Well, I think Lindy Ruff's kind of an idiot.
Thought.
No, I just think Lindy Ruff's kind of an idiot. So.
Your head coach that's been in who was like has the third most wins in NHL history as a coach.
Got the worst defensive scheme in the league.
Is calling out your goaltending. You best believe that he doesn't think the goaltending is up to par. No matter what we believe behind the screen, no matter what I think,
and that's fine. And it could be better. Yeah. But I mean, if you the defensive scheme is dreadful. Like you got to get these guys some help a little bit. Yeah. I don't know.
But in the last 8 games, they're 1-10, right? In those games, I get they face a lot, and you can admit this, like Blackwood makes some crazy saves, right? When he faces the 2-on-1s. His thing is though, and what I think Lindy Ruff was mentioning, none of your goalies in the last 10 games have made the big one early. So instead of making, and I know it's tough, like you can't blame the guy really, but on the 2-on-1, 3.5 minutes into the game, Blackwood's letting the puck go under his arm. But then when they're up 6-0, when they're down 6-0 in the third period, and there's a 2-on-1, Blackwood's sprawling out and making a save. I think that's what Lindy Ruff made. Like our goalies aren't making the big save early, and that's what they need. Like the only way we're going to stay competitive and be competitive, they need better goaltending. 1 and 2, they need the big save early. Like they're a young team. Like the goalie needs to know. Like get in position. There were so many goals in the Rangers game where and I'm not saying this. Steve Alakett, I don't know if you follow him. He's like one of the best goalie analyzers like in the NHL, and he puts those stats on like shots against, expected goals, whatever. He really likes Blackwood, and almost every intermission in those Ranger games he talks about goaltending. So he's talking about Blackwood. Blackwood's so messed up right now. That's why he's saying the Devils are ruining him. He's out of position on almost every goal he gives up. He's too far out. He's out of the crease. That's why the 2-on-1s, the pucks are going right by him because he's trying to anticipate too much. Like those are things that he can correct that are on Blackwood. Yeah, it's a 2-on-1 and it's a tough situation, but those are things that goaltending needs to be better. And I think that's what Lindy Ruff means. I think that's why people are whatever, but like the excuses need to run out at a certain point. Like I get like he's facing like shit situation, but make some saves, man. Like the Rangers games, like he was letting up some soft ones, man. There was some saves where I'm like, all right, you like Blackwood, like if you make the saves, the games are completely different.
Yeah. Wish you would do that last night when there was a playoff spot on the line last night, but I mean,
Igor had a bad game. It happens. I mean, he's been lights out for the last 2 weeks. I mean, the Rangers have gotten
I hope so.
I'm just saying. I mean, even before the Devils games, he was lights out against the Penguins. He was lights out against the Flyers. He was lights out against the Islanders in the 2 games the Rangers took 3 out of 4 points. So I'm not going to get on Igor, man.
Like you said, we won't. But like you said, yesterday, the Islanders were a little dirty. They got rid of Trouba. They got
and that completely flipped the game. It flipped the game. We were playing with 5 defensemen, basically 4, because Anthony Boteto does not deserve to be even 50 feet from the fucking ice. So they were gassed, man.
Yeah, so I'll let you take the floor. I'll let you talk about your.
I don't want to. I want you to bring me the stats. You said you had stats. I don't want to talk about.
I did. I can go through every single game if you want me to.
But you said you had a stat that makes the Rangers not as good as they.
Well, I'm talking about in the Rangers Devils series. This is literally the stats I pulled up from game 1. It is consistent from game on in and game on out when it comes to the Devils actually having shots on goal compared to the Rangers outshooting them, more offense efficiency, and they still lost because they're not a good team. That's my.
I wonder why with more shot attempts,
more shots
on goal,
more offensive time consistency.
I wonder what prevents a team from scoring.
What defense?
And a little position called goaltending.
Oh yeah, with their 105 blocks in four spans of a game.
So yeah, they blocked some shots too, but Igor had to make some saves.
All right, so let's do the math, Tom. No, let's do the math just from game 1.
So are you trying to tell me that the Devils are actually better than the Rangers?
No, that's not what I'm getting at. But I'm getting at the Devils are so bad that they made the Rangers look spectacular, and they're not. That is what I'm getting to. That is my point.
Okay, but the Rangers won the hockey game.
Dude, absolutely.
And the first two. And in all honesty, though, like look what the Devils did to the Penguins last night.
Well, they scored 6 goals.
Yeah, and they probably had the same stats that against the Penguins. Here's the thing.
No,
And I want to debunk your stats a little bit. Here's the thing.
I knew you would.
When your team scores 5 goals on 8 shots, your game plan completely changed. You think the Penguins are going to still go gung ho on the Devils when they're up 5-0? You think the
Why
Rangers
not?
are going to do it when they're up 4-0 in the first period? No, it's going to be a lot of dump and chase. It's going to be a lot of just containing the neutral zone. And the Devils are down 5-0, so they're just going to shoot.
No
And
mercy.
what do you expect them to do?
No
They're
mercy.
down 5-0 in the first period. That's what's going to happen. The stats are going to be totally skewed. Like, there was not a game in the Devils Rangers series in the last week where the Rangers weren't up multiple goals in the first or second period. So obviously the Rangers changed their game plan, dump and chase, contain the neutral zone, play defense. So obviously the Devils are going to have more shots and the Rangers are going to block more shots because the Devils are down 3-4-0. Like, what do you not want them to shoot the puck? It's not a 1-0 game where like the Rangers are still going.
But that's not my point. My point
What's your
is
point?
my point is how bad the Devils are when it comes to shooting and offensively. No superstars like the Rangers have, and the fact that it is what it is. So I just did the math already, just from game one. I just did the math from game one because this is how it is in every single game, and I can go through it every single time if you want me to.
Bring
I
it
really
to me.
will. I really will. So, like I told you, 56 actual shots compared to the Rangers 45. The Rangers had 15 blocks compared to the Devils 8. Right. So if you just do the math from the Devils right there, you take away 15 from 56, you got 41. So that's 41 shots, take out 27 shots on goal. And then you got literally 14. So that is 14 shots that went off a Devil's stick. And it went absolutely nowhere for Eager to even contest or for the Rangers defense to even contest. That is
Okay.
how it was every single game. Every single game. And the Rangers, they are just more consistent shooting. They had more better opportunities. They had better opportunities every single offensive scheme. So that's what I'm explaining is that the Devils are so bad that they made the Rangers look spectacular. And I don't think the Rangers are that spectacular. And it showed last night when I wanted to call it. I wanted to call it that when they got out of that series, that they were
But here's
gonna
the-
they were no let me
Yeah,
finish.
go ahead.
I thought when they get
You're
out
going
of
to
it,
say something that's going to aggravate me.
no, not really, because it happened, but it happens to every single team. No, it happens to every single team. You just got out of a game or a series with the team that is not good, and you're all high and mighty. You know, you did your job, absolutely, but then you're
Yeah.
gonna go play a better team, and then you get exposed. And that's
But that's the
what,
word that was the word that I was waiting for you to use. The Rangers didn't get exposed.
They lost 6-1.
They lost a defenseman, and you can't play a team like that on the road. They lost a defenseman. Before the Devils series, they played.
Didn't you just tell
they
me about
played-
excuses? You just told me about excuses. You lost one guy, and you're gonna make excuses for the
Yeah,
whole team now?
defenseman though. It's not a forward. You can
Okay.
you can.
We lost one
that means-
guy.
We lost a defenseman 3 minutes into the game. Our 5 defensemen had to rotate, which means one guy is playing an absurd amount of minutes. So you're going to get worn down. It's
Okay,
hockey.
and then the whole Rangers.
When you lose a forward, it's a lot easier to make up a forward spot because there's 4 lines. There's only 3 defenseman lines and then 1 player. And then if you take penalties or whatever, like the Rangers didn't get exposed. That wasn't the Rangers last night. They had to completely change their game plan. The Rangers played the Sabres twice, who are arguably just as bad as the Devils. Yes, they're playing better, but when the Rangers play them, they weren't playing better. No, but they weren't playing better 2 weeks ago when the Rangers played them. The Rangers played 2 games and then went and faced the Islanders and took 3 out of 4 points. So the Rangers weren't exposed last night. I didn't want you to use that word. They weren't exposed. The Rangers are a good hockey team. Here's what I think Devil fans need to do. The Devils need to look at the Rangers as a team to emulate.
No,
the Rangers have rebuilt faster in 2 years than the Devils have in 10.
Okay.
Just think about that. The Rangers had had 9 out of 10 playoffs runs, right? Sent a letter to their fans. We're rebuilding 2.5 years ago. And in 2.5 years, we're fighting for a playoff spot. Yet Devils fans, and this isn't just you, want to rank and say Rangers are exposed. They're not that good. They have superstars. Their goalie gets bailed out. Yet your team has been rebuilding for 10 years and can't get it right. And the Rangers have gotten it right in 2 years. Yeah, with some luck,
it's New York.
some whatever. But it doesn't matter. That's.
No, it does. It does matter.
But here's the thing, though.
You said it yourself.
But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Why wouldn't Devils fans want to be the Rangers next year or in 2 years?
Well, why wouldn't they want? I'm not saying that. Okay. I'm not. No, because you're twisting my words around. You fuckhead.
I'm not twisting your words around.
I'm just saying. Obviously, I would want the Devils to be in the Rangers type position. Like I obviously I want that. I'm just saying though. You know, with despite being the same young age, you know, even though you're in New York compared to New Jersey, you know, you have the superstar power in New York. Like you said it yourself, you had the market.
Yeah, we have two superstars. Oh, Panarin's our only superstar. Mika is a
No,
solid
you
hockey
have
player.
Adam Fox, you have
Yeah,
Panarin,
I was
you
just going
have
to say, Adam
Trouba.
Fox is becoming a superstar. We have
He
very
is
solid
a
young.
superstar already. You don't need
All
to
right,
you don't need to bump it in.
He's been a superstar this year.
He's gonna
Okay,
win a
you're
Norris.
100%.
He's a
Okay.
superstar.
Yes, but that's developed this year. You see what I'm saying? Like he wasn't a superstar coming into this year. He developed into one this year. Like and Mika Zibanejad, he started the year.
Yeah,
rough.
Mika's a
Like now
superstar.
he's
No,
not. Mika's not a superstar.
Yes, he is.
no. Mika is a star. He's not a superstar. Like nobody's starting their franchise with Mika Zibanejad. Like they're starting a franchise
would.
with. No, I wouldn't. I would
Yes,
start a franchise with Artemi Panarin. No, Mika Zibanejad. If the Rangers were to bring in Jack Eichel next year, Mika Zibanejad's our second line center. Like he's not our first. Jack Eichel is.
I don't know. Jack Eichel fell off a little bit, but
He doesn't want to be in Buffalo. I mean, he's been playing hurt all year, like whatever.
what
But
do
I'm
you
just
think?
saying, like,
Pull Blake Griffin, where he leaves.
Like
leaves
Jack
Detroit.
Eichel's going to be whoever he goes to, whether it's LA or wherever he goes. Like Jack Eichel's going to go back to Jack Eichel. But like that's Mika Zibanejad is a solid hockey player. Jacob Trouba is a solid defenseman. Like we only have really like two superstars, but they've developed. Like Artemi Panarin is a top 10 player in the NHL. Like he would be a top player on any team in the league. And Adam Fox is turning into like one of those, like can be a top defenseman on any team. But like my point with Devils fans is, and I see it on Twitter, like the Rangers finally like had a personality with their tweets. Like the Devils,
Oh man, they had a personality.
the Devils tweeted the dude with a Ranger logo on his face falling into a pond when the Devils beat us for the second time after their COVID thing. And the Rangers finally like waited to like all 4 games, beat them, and then said thanks. Like you're doing good too, sweetie. And if you looked at the comments, the Devil fans coming at the Rangers like, oh, you just beat the AHL, blah, blah, blah. You beat this, blah, blah, blah. Your team's not even that good. Like you're young and you're not even doing anything. You're not gonna make the playoffs, blah, blah. Like why though? Like why?
Why not?
Like we have like what bothers me the most about like the Islanders piss me off because they're there already. Like the Islanders are a good hockey team already, and the Rangers like fight with them. Like the Rangers beat them 5-1 last week, and then the Islanders beat us 6-1. Nobody was freaking out that the Islanders were exposed last week when the Islanders lost 5-1 to the Rangers. No one was saying the Rangers were the best team in the league because they beat the Islanders 5-1. Then they went to overtime, and the Rangers got a point. Now the Islanders got Josh Bailey back. Trouba goes down, game flips on its head. They win 6-1. Big deal. It happens. But they're there. So when Islander fans talk shit, I kind of got to take it because they're the hot team right now. Like they won. They're there in a cup winning atmosphere. Will they win it? No, of course, because they're not there yet and they're not good enough to win a cup. But that's a story for another day. Okay. What aggravates me about the Devils and Devils fans, especially their freaking reporters on Twitter too. Like, bro, stop writing about the Devils are going to be they love comparing. Like the Devils, like they love comparing. Like, oh, our player's going to be this. Like, instead of talking shit about the Rangers, compare and want your rebuild to be like the Rangers. Like, yeah, they're the rival. Like, eat your pride a little bit. Like, if the Devils rebuild goes on the same track as the Rangers, you guys are going to be very happy, and you guys will be very lucky because not a lot of teams do it. We rebuilt in 2 years. We completely flipped our whole hockey team in 2 years and are more competitive. And the Devils have been trying to flip their roster for 10 years and have had 2 number 1 overall picks and have tried to sign players, have traded for Palmieri, have signed Vatanen, traded for Subban. They've tried and they failed. And now they're right back to square one again. And the Rangers tried and got it right. Baby. Got a little lucky. No talent because your GM and stuff.
No, young talent. I said.
And the Rangers have young talent too. Who's the second youngest team in the NHL?
And superstars.
Who's the second youngest team in the NHL?
The Minnesota Mavericks.
In the NHL, you douche.
I know
the New York Rangers.
But listen.
And we were the youngest until you guys shipped off Palmieri, Zajac, and Vatanen.
Well, I'm sorry they doubled up on everybody, so they made us older. But. Yeah. But this is what I'm listen. I'm not saying get your fucking shirt out of my face. I don't want to.
Sorry. I'm getting work stuff now.
Oh, sorry.
And I was free. Now I'm getting work things.
Oh well, we'll wrap this up in a few minutes for you anyway, if you want. But yeah, no. I mean, like I said, I'm not delusional. I'll give you that point. Why wouldn't I? As a Devils fan, want that kind of rebuild. Been waiting for it for 10 years. Ever since that Stanley Cup appearance. So. It is what it is. I just want to tell you because the Rangers aren't there yet. I know that obviously,
they're not, and I'm the first to admit that.
Yeah, here and there.
Have I not been the one saying they're not going to make the playoffs for the last 2 weeks? And you guys are the
Well,
ones saying
no.
they could do it. They could do it. The
No,
Rangers,
one day you think they will, the other day you don't. You do that.
no, I've never said they are not. I've never said they're going to make the playoffs. I've never not once said
You
that.
say that, and then in another chat, you're like, "Oh, dude, these guys are like top 2 in a normal league or whatever."
I say, but dude, if it was a normal hockey year, the Rangers are a playoff team.
Yeah, well, yes, but it's the way that's structured this year, and the Rangers aren't getting
They're
it done.
not.
So
That's what I said. No, the Rangers are getting it done. They're just it's impossible to gain points. They literally gained no points. They went 6-0-1.
Getting it
no
done.
Points. They gained no points. They went 6-0-1. What do you want them to do? They went 6-0-1, bro. What do you want them to do?
They just got handed 8 points, and they still
they had to work for the 8 points. It's a hockey. They're professional hockey players. They're professional hockey players. They didn't just get handed.
Professional AHL
they got
players.
handed 8 points. They took the 8 points and gained no ground. What do you want them to do?
That's bad. That's bad. That's bad.
They won every game. How is that their problem?
It is their problem because if they did
they
better,
won. They went 6-0-1.
If they did better at the beginning of the year and they did better throughout the season,
but you know what though? They're a young hockey team.
No,
they weren't expected to.
Why do you get that excuses and I can't? Why do you get that?
Because the Devils suck. That's why.
Yes, they
do. The Devils have talent, but it's not there yet.
The Rangers aren't that good either. You have
the Rangers are a good hockey team.
Then why aren't
the Devils
they in the
suck?
Top 4?
The Rangers are a good because the division is ruthless. They just went 6-0-1 in 7 games and gained no ground.
You have a good record. You have a good record against the top team in the division, and then you have a shit record against teams like Philadelphia, Boston, and the Penguins. That is your problem. That is bad. That is
they're actually 500 against. They're actually 500 against the Flyers, and they played the Flyers early when the Flyers were playing as a top team in the league. They are the only team in the division with a winning record against the Capitals, which holds a lot of ground because the Capitals destroy everybody in this division, and the Rangers don't. And the Rangers have beat are 2-3 against the Islanders. I mean, I don't know what more that's a rivalry. I mean,
Penguins in Boston.
The Rangers are a good hockey team, and if you can't admit that they're a good hockey team, then your hockey senses aren't there.
I guess they're not there yet. I don't know.
I guess not. You were out of the game for a little bit. You were out of the game for a little bit watching hockey. So
I've told you. I think I've told you they have talent. I just don't think they put it together yet, and that's why they're not going to playoffs this year. That's what it is.
Yeah, but they're a good hockey team. They're not going to the playoffs because they're not good. They're not going to the playoffs because this division. You realize they're a playoff team in every other division in the NHL, right?
Like you just said.
You admit that though. Can you admit that? You understand that?
Yeah, if it was a normal structure, they'd be a playoff team. Yes,
but they're also a playoff team point wise in every other division, and they're in the toughest division.
Okay.
So they play the toughest teams, but yet have more points than other teams playing easier teams.
Blame the system.
Every other division in the NHL, the Rangers are a playoff team, except the East.
Blame the system. I don't know.
That's what I mean. But you're trying to say that they're not there yet. They're not a good hockey team. They're there. They're a playoff team already. The next step is becoming a contender.
I'm just using your logic.
Like the Devils are a joke.
Excuses.
And their next step is becoming playoff contender.
Excuses have to stop, and that's what we're doing.
It's not an excuse.
But it is.
No, it's not. It's a fact. It's a fact. They have more points than other playoff teams that are other playoff teams right now. They have more points than other teams that are going to be in the playoffs. That's a fact. And they play tougher teams, meaning they are a better hockey team.
Then the Rangers should be in a different division.
But they're not. But that's not. I'm not saying that's an excuse. I'm admitting that. I'm just saying that they are a good hockey team. And Igor's a good goalie. Okay? Just admit it, Mike. Just admit it. That's what I want from you. I want admission. I want you to the words to come out of your dirty little mouth. The Rangers are a good hockey team.
Mackenzie's my mouth dirty.
I'm messing with you.
Huh? She said yes. I guess it is dirty. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Igor is very good.
But the Rangers are a good hockey team.
Yes, they're a very talented hockey team. That can't get it done, but they're a very good hockey team.
That can't get it done. You're unbelievable. You know that? You are so unbelievable.
I'm just saying before.
You're in the same division. You watch what these teams do to the Devils, and the Rangers actually compete or are in a playoff position, and you're saying we can't get it done.
The Devils have it. They have the excuse to follow. They have the youngest team. They got no talent. They have no superstardom. Like
the Rangers had the youngest team until a week ago, and I didn't get to use that excuse.
You have the superstars.
We have one true superstar.
You have.
I don't know about that. The Rangers coach is pretty fucking bad.
I don't know. Lindsey Ruff.
He's a joke.
Lindsey Ruff kind of sucks.
Lindsey Ruff is the third winningest coach in the NHL history.
And I don't know. Jimmy
He's
Garoppolo
won Stanley Cups.
and Jimmy Garoppolo has like 4 Super Bowls. All right, so I don't know, but yeah, I mean that's what I'll leave it. I think I got you riled up. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I think
you did get me riled up.
I did my
You
job.
were a little irrational today with
I
my
did.
Rangers. You were a little irrational.
Well, hopefully this is the last podcast about fucking hockey until playoffs start.
Until the Rangers go 9-0 in their last 9 to make the playoffs, and then I will literally be going crazy. That's not going to happen.
And first round exit. All right, so yeah. Well, that's fine. You just think about it. You weren't even developed as sperm the last time the Rangers did anything in the playoffs. So I am going.
And you probably couldn't even speak your words the last time the Devils won a Stanley Cup.
I bet 5 years. I think 5 years old is a pretty rational age.
Still mumbling. You probably didn't even know how to freaking balls didn't even drop yet.
Are you sure?
Man, it might have.
Oh man!
And one of the Devils Cups was in a fucking lockout year, so that's fucking bullshit anyway.
All right, well, if the Rangers did anything this year, it'd be excused because it's not a real year; it's a Mickey Mouse year. It's like the NBA in the bubble. It's a Mickey Mouse year.
This hockey season's actually been it was tougher than a normal hockey season for our division, and that goes for the Devils too. If the Devils were in a different division, they probably have a little better results.
They suck.
They do suck, but if they were playing teams like Columbus and teams like Carolina, I mean Carolina's a good hockey team, but they were playing teams like that or the Florida Panthers
are disgusting.
But it's the same team as last year, and they didn't do shit. So literally, it's because they're beating up on
done this year.
Because they're beating up on the lower part of their division, which is the worst of the Eastern Conference.
And that's all the Rangers do in their division, and you think they're top tier. Think about it. You got 6 out of 8 wins against the Devils.
Okay. And right now we have 4 out of 6 against the Capitals. And right now I think we have 3 out of 5 against the Flyers. And right now
Flyers stink.
They did not stink when the Rangers played most of their games against them. The Rangers played them twice this week, so we'll see.
I know. I'm excited. I hope the Flyers come out hot, baby.
Yeah, I hope they do. I mean, listen, you can talk as much shit as you want for me. The Rangers are here right now, and the Devils are like not even on the screen.
Exactly. I know my place.
You can talk, and I know my place with the Rangers, but you try to bring the Rangers down, and it's hard for you to admit that they're actually.
Come join us.
Today, 4/21, the Rangers are probably 10 steps closer to possibly winning a Stanley Cup than the Devils.
Yeah, we've been saying that for fucking 3 decades, haven't you? Whew.
I mean, yeah, but what's the hardest trophy to win in sports?
The Lombardi. All right.
Nah, it's the Stanley Cup.
I know Stanley Cup's the hardest.
It's the Stanley Cup.
Yes. Second's the Lombardi. All right.
You
can go in your meetings. You can go in your meetings. You can tell everybody how I thrashed the Rangers today.
I don't know what thrashing you did.
I thrashed the Rangers today.
I
didn't so much thrash the Rangers, but what I did was
get under my skin.
I did my job. I did my Skip Bayless part of the show. I said something ridiculous and it got you going. So that is my job. I did it. The Rangers should do theirs. Okay. Let's I think we should.
Oh my God. You know what's crazy? One last thing before we sign off. You know what's so funny? The Rangers were so red hot going into yesterday. If we recorded this on Monday, or if the Rangers somehow won last night,
I know I would have
we would have had to talk about a different topic because we wouldn't have been able to.
But I literally told you, I said my aim coming coming into today.
Here's the thing:
I need Boston to win.
Why couldn't the
Rangers to lose?
Here's what happens. Why didn't the Devils just show some fight last week and not just get dicked around by us?
The last 2 games they showed fight.
Yeah, they did at the third period after they're down 3-0.
Yeah, that's what they do though. Because I don't understand why they do that, but that's what they do.
Because their goaltending's bad.
I mean, when you get fucking peppered all game, yeah, I hope you're bad.
Big one early. Just saying, the Devils have the worst goaltending unit in the NHL, and that's just a fact. And you could pull out stats for everything else, but their coach thinks that the goaltenders need to be better. Your announcers think the goaltenders need to be better. Your reporters have posted stories how Blackwood's a mess right now, but you guys just seem to think he's better than Igor. And I don't even say he's better than. I don't say that Igor's
Yes.
better than Blackwood. I just want them on a level playing field. And you guys,
Never.
even though I don't know what you're watching or the
Devil's
stats don't
hockey.
even show that,
That was
that
hockey.
you guys somehow think Blackwood's better than Igor. So you guys, I will take and I respect your advice and your things when you talk about forwards and defensemen. I'll respect it. But your goaltending in 1 year and out the other until Blackwood shows me something. That's just my opinion.
So Blackwood shows you something, bro. Are you joking? Oh,
Hey, I don't know because he has one of the worst save percentages in the NHL. So I don't know.
COVID.
And you know what's crazy? I actually had a stat I was going to bring up today, and I'll just throw it out here before we end. Igor's faced higher percentage danger chances and is way better in saves.
Are you gonna tell me a different fucking? Are you gonna tell me a different stat? Or
I mean, Igor's top 10 in almost every statistical goalie category. Yet you think a goalie who's bottom 10 in almost everything is better than him. So
Yes.
so you won't even say that they're on a level playing field. You think Blackwood's better, and that is absurd. That's like Eagles fans saying Carson's better than Dak because Carson has a worse situation. That's literally what it is. That's exactly what it is. That's literally
that's bad.
Your rivalry bias is playing a part in this.
That your rivalry bias is bad. No, yours.
No, it's not. I'm using facts, and I'm using if we got 100 analysts, hockey analysts on our show, 95 out of 100 would start a hockey team with Igor over Blackwood.
Those 95 are on crack, as Stephen A. Smith.
To you, they're on crack.
To me,
meaning you're the biased. I'm the majority.
No, you follow in the footsteps of the bias. That's what you do.
No. I mean, literally, like Glenn Drager and Pete LeBron and all those guys. They don't even talk about Blackwood in like top young goalies coming out. Like they don't.
Don't deserve it. They don't deserve a job. I don't know.
They've been doing it and been around in the game a lot longer than us. So I'm just saying. And I'm not sitting here saying Igor is better than Blackwood. I'm saying they're on a level playing field. You just like saying Blackwood's better than Igor, and that is absurdity of absurd.
Some people think Lamar.
Not.
Some people think Lamar is better than Mahomes. I guess my opinion's irrational to you, but that's what it is.
They're probably irrational to majority of people except Kyle Marr.
Listen, Kyle Marr's a smart cat. If I can get him on my side, that says a lot.
No, of course Kyle Marr is. I'm not denouncing that he's not smart, but it's a little irrational. Like, what's not better? I'm sorry. I think that's going to be my slogan until, the Devils become relevant in the hockey world. I'm just going to say Blackwood's not better. That's going to be my slogan.
That's fine because
I read a report yesterday that the Devils might move on from Blackwood, yet he's better than Igor.
What report is that shit?
Your reporter said it out that Blackwood's really struggling and the Devils might look to draft goalies this year because they don't know if Blackwood's the guy. Just because they face a lot of shots and a lot of high chances doesn't mean that that's an excuse. They can save them. That's their job is to save.
When everything's a 2-on-1 and there's a wide open.
But not everything is a 2-on-1.
In that Rangers series, it was. It really was.
It wasn't though.
Yes,
Trouba shot from the point. Leroy Hayek shot from the point.
It was shooting.
Benajad in the low slot. It was not
shooting practice.
There were some that were obviously goals, but the 2-on-1 Panarin, Blackwood was fucking 30 feet out towards Strome. Obviously Panarin's gonna score, bro. Get in better position.
Shooting practice.
Igor
wouldn't say that either if he even faced that type of shot. And
he does so, and he saves it.
He doesn't.
Yes, he does.
The only shots Igor saves is here. That's all he ever does.
You're on drugs, bro. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. No, he does not. He's a top goalie in the NHL right now. He faces high danger shots.
He doesn't have to do anything. He has a defense that blocks everything for him, or they just create.
Doesn't have to do anything. Doesn't have to do anything.
No,
the Rangers are the best team in the NHL. They're middle of the pack. They're middle of the pack because their goalie's really good.
No. Same
guy.
Yes,
he is.
No, I'm not. I'm sorry. I'm not saying the same guy who acted like he got shot 40 times in the fucking admin when he pulled a hammy is the best goalie in the league. And same for.
I'm not saying he's the best.
A bunch of fucking pussy.
I'm not saying he's the best goalie in the league. He's a top 10 goalie in this league, and every stat tells you that, and everybody tells you that. We'll see.
Mackenzie.
We'll see.
Mackenzie. Who would you rather pick, Mackenzie Blackwood or Igor Shesterkin?
Obviously, he's gonna choose Blackwood.
What? Mackenzie Blackwood.
Well, that's her name. I mean, obviously she's gonna choose that.
I think it's over. We got Mackenzie's approval. I think it's 2 against 1 here. Kyle Marr 3 against 1 here. Jay Roos.
So it just makes you right because you got more people?
No, I'm not saying it makes you right, but I hate because Mackenzie Blackwood was his top 10 in categories before COVID, before the situation this year. But you want to bring it up this year. And, like you said, everyone has a bad year.
He was maybe top 10 in one category last year. Bro, most of your fans don't even like Blackwood. I mean, I'm not creating this. I see it, and then that's why I say it.
You only say most fans because Kyle Duncan says it. I hope he listens.
No, I look on Twitter. I read your reporter just put out a column on Mackenzie Blackwood. You should go watch. You should go read it. I'll send it to you.
I'll go read it. Yeah, I'll read it.
Yeah.
Just for another stupid report.
Mackenzie Blackwood is not a good goaltender right now. He's struggling. He's struggling immensely. Albeit situation, how long is that going to be an excuse? Like, how long is that going to be?
Well, if Igor gets COVID and he gets affected and has aftermath, then we'll see too.
Okay.
And if he also had
what you guys seem to forget too.
We also didn't have superstars helping him left and right. Then yeah, I mean, they would.
You know what you guys also seem to forget? Igor dominated a whole other professional league that half your players on your team right now played in.
KHL.
The KHL is a very good hockey league. Like that's where dude, the NHL plucks players from the KHL all the time. Yeah. Where do you think Sharon Govich comes from? Where do you think Gusev came from? Where do you think Datsuk came from? And where do you think Kovalchuk came from? And where do you think all those Russians, Ovechkin, Panarin, they all played in the KHL? Like, what? And Igor dominated the KHL. The best save percentage and the best goals against in KHL history belongs to Igor Shesterkin. Yeah. So just
I am sparing you because I'm not.
No, you're being just admit they're on the same level playing field. Blackwood is not better than Igor Shesterkin.
Right now.
Mackenzie Blackwood is not a better goalie than Igor Shesterkin. Well, right now, Igor is better than Mackenzie Blackwood.
Okay, so there you go. No,
right now. I'm saying, but I don't know if that's the answer long term. I'm not going to just say for the next 10 years, Igor is better than Blackwood.
That's what we said.
Right now, Igor is lights out better than Blackwood. For long term, they're on a level playing field. It's even. You don't know what they're going to be. They're both young. Rangers could have a boatload of injuries next year, and then he could be in the same situation as Blackwood.
I can't wait.
But it's not going to happen because next year the Rangers are just going to get better, and Igor's just going to get better, and we're going to be a playoff team next year, and you'll be watching me enjoy the playoffs, and the Devils are going to get another high draft pick that they're going to waste, and then they're not going to be able to afford Jack Hughes because he's going to want to out because they can't put a winner around him, and he's going to be playing with Holtman and Sharon Govich, and the Devils fans will think that's the greatest line combination to ever play in the NHL, yet doesn't provide results. So I will guarantee you Mackenzie Blackwood will be off the Devils in 3 years.
All right. That's fine.
And we'll be signing Igor Shesterkin to an extension probably around 6 or 7 years.
And you guys will, just like with fucking King Lungfag, he hasn't won shit. So I shouldn't have said that on live air, but sorry.
It's okay.
You are angry.
Because the Blackwood Igor shit is going way too far. 2 weeks ago was okay, but after his fucking performance last week,
with his 16 shots on goal that he faced,
and he gave up 3 goals, save them.
Oh my God! I'm talking about Igor. Igor
got a shutout.
Yeah, he had a shutout against 16 shots.
Blackwood gave up 3 goals when he faced 17
to his chest, and those 3 shots were 2-on-1 breakaways with a wide open net. Oh my God! Yes, just watch the game. Just watch.
I did. The first goal was Zibanejad put him on his skates on a breakaway. Literally just.
Yeah, sorry. Completely. First, the 1 out of 6 breakaways in the first 2 minutes. But go ahead, continue. Yep, go ahead. Okay,
and then the second one, he was out of position on the 2-on-1. That's why Panarin was able to get it past him. He was out of position.
You could be out of position on 2-on-1, just 2-on-1. But okay, continue.
Out of position. That literally goalies play position. He was out of it. And I don't know. I'm not saying that. I watched that.
Our soccer goalies out of position every time too, and if it's a penalty shot, because that's basically what happened with the Rangers against Devils. It's literally a penalty shot.
And you know, and bro, here's the thing. What I find funny. Do you know that the goalie has the advantage on 1-on-1s?
Yeah,
you know that, right?
Yeah, 1-on-1. Talk about 2-on-1s.
And 2-on-1s, they also they stop more than they give up. That's if hockey.
Let's put Chell right now.
If everybody scored on 2-on-1s, games would be 50-48.
Well, good hockey teams don't let up 2-on-1s every 3 seconds like the Devils do. So that's my point there. Also,
Rangers give up a bunch of 2-on-1s.
I don't remember seeing 2-on-1s barely at all. The 4 games.
Miles Wood had like 4 fucking breakaways.
It's Miles Wood.
Doesn't no, I'm just saying, like, every team does it. Like, yeah, the Devils aren't as talented, but the Rangers give them up to other teams too, bro.
If
And Igor makes stops.
If Igor can't stop Miles Wood on a breakaway, then he don't deserve to be in the AHL. I'm sorry.
But Igor stops Sidney Crosby on breakaways. Igor is the best goalie against breakaways. So I'm not even going to have that conversation, and the stats are there to prove that. So I'm not even having that conversation. And with goalies, stats speak. Like forwards, stats don't speak. Plus minuses don't speak. With goalies, stats speak. Why? Because if you stop more pucks than you give up, that means your stats are better.
Yeah.
All right, I'm done now. I'm done. Fuck Blackwood.
Oh, see, here you go. You're getting your little feelings hurt now. They have to say fuck Blackwood.
I'm not getting my
feelings hurt. They have to say fuck
around.
Blackwood. No, you're not.
I'm saying something irrational, like you do all the time.
I'm not saying fuck Igor. He's the worst goalie in the league. I'm just trying to.
You're basically saying that by saying one of the worst goalies in the league is better than him. So you're basically saying that.
So now you're saying Blackwood's the worst goalie in the league. So that's
right now he's one of the worst goalies in the NHL.
Oh my God.
I'm just saying that's a statistical fact.
On the worst team in the league.
Look at Giannis Allmark. Giannis Allmark has been on the worst team ever, and he's got way better stats than Mackenzie Blackwood, and he's on the Sabres.
Sabres are not bad this year. Again,
they lost 18 straight hockey games, bro. How are you going to say they're not bad?
No, they're bad, but they're better than the Devils right now. So
right now, but the whole year, Giannis Allmark is a beast. You guys know. You guys got stuff fucking stopped by him. Fucking how many times you lost to Giannis Allmark? The Rangers lost to Giannis Allmark.
Yeah, shocker.
Because he's a good goalie, even though he's on a bad team. All right, I got to go back to work. Okay, this is a great episode.
You gotta go back to work. Yeah, you hold your trophy for this year.
I'm not holding no trophy.
Hold your regular season trophy.
I'm not holding any trophy.
That you hold every single year.
And next year I'll hold it, and the year after that I'll hold it. And until the Devils actually make the playoffs,
which they did, like
I'll completely hold it. Yeah, because they had because an MVP carried them.
Exactly. So you have a MVP in Rangers' eyes on your team.
We went to the playoffs last year.
Okay, and look what happened. Boop. All right.
Because the COVID. It was the break. It was the bubble. It was a COVID bubble. And you think I'm mad about a first round exit? We got the number 1 overall pick because of it. You think I'm mad about that?
Worst first overall pick I've ever seen. All right. Yeah.
Fucking went 5-hole against Blackwood. Fucking piece of shit.
That sucks, dude. Okay. He stinks.
Okay. We'll see. Jack Hughes sucked last year too. Now he's a fucking superstar.
Yeah, he is. He's always been a superstar. Capo shit.
Jack Hughes sucked last year.
Ready? Jack Hughes, Capo shit. He's not even on the screen. Who am I?
Jack Hughes is better than Capo Caco, but Capo Caco's a good hockey player. Jack Hughes is just on a different level.
Thank you. All right.
I'm irrational, unlike you.
All right. Same guy that thinks the Knicks are going to go on a playoff run and the Jets are going to win the Super Bowl.
Shut up. That's twisting my words. That is twisting my words.
And the Mets are world.
I am the hardest on the Jets. I am the hardest on the Jets than anybody. You know that. Right, what are you talking about? And the Knicks? And the Knicks? When did I ever say the Knicks are going to go on a playoff run? And the fucking, what other teams? The Mets? I'm so hard on the Mets too. Are you joking?
You put money on the World Series, dude. You and Nando are.
No. I put money on them to win the NL East and DeGrom to win the Cy Young. And why is that a problem?
It's not a problem. It's not. That's actually
okay.
A good bet. It's not a good bet. But
I don't think the Mets are going to win the World Series this year. They got too many holes. Don't get me started. Don't twist my words. Okay?
I won't twist your words.
No, you're still getting upset about Devils losses, even though they're the worst team in the NHL.
I'm not upset about the Devils anymore. I'm upset about my other teams.
Come talk to me when the Devils actually rebuild. Okay.
I'm talking
to you taking now. Shots on Russian fucking youngsters. Studenich. Who the fuck is Studenich? That guy's not going to be on your roster next year. I can guarantee it.
I don't know.
And Andreas Janssen and Yoni Quoken. Get the fuck out of here, bro.
I hate Janssen.
Get out of here.
Quoken is not bad.
Miles Wood is your fucking best forward almost every night.
Sir.
Fuck out of here. He's a glorified fourth liner.
Yes, sir.
All right. Are we ending this shit? I'm tired of hockey.
I don't know.
I don't want you to say any more irrational things that'll piss me off.
I kind of don't want to end this episode because you're so.
I'm on tilt right now.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of funny. I'm having a great time. All right, no, but we will end it. All right.
All right.
Always,
Thanks for listening, everybody.
yes, sir. Follow
This is a
sports
good
underscore
one. Mike-
ZMT, Facebook, Twitter,
Mike
Instagram,
completely
TikTok, sports
see
ZMT.
this. Raised.
Hopefully
on
next week.
Broadway.
Yeah, Broadway's terrible. Has a bunch of homeless people on it. And what was I gonna say? Sports Just will be here next week, so hopefully we will wear that on the next episode. So,
Oh yeah.
And then Tom, we will have hopefully a mock draft episode next week, and then yeah, if he will hop on during lunchtime or at night, wherever. But we will have that type of episode where you don't have an episode of you talk about your Rangers the whole time, but your dick, or Igor's cock of balls in your mouth the entire time. All right, so we
I
will
only defend Igor because you don't think he's good.
I never said he wasn't good. You fucking. I want to say it, but I'll get canceled. I want to say it.
He can't be good if you think one of the worst goalies in the league.
Oh my
better than
god.
him.
Oh my god. Oh. All right.
Hey, get your last word in. I know you're a last word guy. You got to get the last word.
No,
in.
I'll let you have the last. I'll let you have the last.
I don't want to have the last word. I don't want to have.
I'll let you have the last word. I'll let you have the last word. When the Mets finish below 500 and the Knicks go first round exit and the Rangers go first round exit or not make the playoffs as they usually do.
Blackwood is not very good. Blackwood is not very good.
Okay.
All right, Milk. I will catch you later.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I might want to retire from the show. I don't know. No, it's good. All right, man.
I gotta hop in this meeting. So.
Yes, sir. All right, see you.